Hi, I'm Tracy Cardwell from LPCiminelli and the host of the Buffalo Public Schools renovation project, Making It Happen. Right now I'm standing in Emerson Commons School of Hospitality, and we just finished up our 2010 team ceremony celebration, and it was such a great event. You know, we had wonderful students here along with their parents celebrating the end of our 10-month mentoring program. And a little later on we're going to show you highlights. I also had the opportunity to interview some of our keynote speakers along with some of the team students, so I definitely don't want you to miss that. First, we're going to start off with our business spotlight, who is Gina Paigen. Gina is the owner of Infinity Glass and Restoration and Infinity Architectural Systems. Gina is responsible for the windows that are in the renovated schools. So she has a great story. She definitely does a lot of woodwork, historical work, and her company is just such a great company, and I can't wait to introduce you to her. And then we're going to go over to City Honors, and we're going to tour this wonderful school. $43 million worth of renovations over at the new City Honors School. Wally Wright introduces us to his fabulous team. It's a team of 8 people, and I tell you, this school is just phenomenal. I can't wait for you to see this new school, which will be opening in September. So I'm so glad you tuned in. Don't go away. We'll be right back. This month's business spotlight is Gina Paigen, owner of Infinity Glass and Restoration and Infinity Architectural Systems. Although Ms. Paigen had no construction experience prior to starting Infinity Glass and Restoration, her artistic background, including photography and theater lighting design, was a perfect fit in the work field of fenestration. Fenestration is the feeling of openings to permit the passage of air, light, and people.
My interest in fenestration really started out accidentally. I had recently come back to Buffalo. I was studying at Buff State and was looking for work in the public relations, photography world. I was thinking about possibly looking for finishing my training as an art teacher. And I ended up working part-time to help out a friend who was starting a new business doing aluminum window installations. And that just blossomed into what we have today.
From the founding of her first company and continuing on to the second, Ms. Paigen has carved out a niche in directing light and framing views in historic Buffalo area buildings. From its onset, Infinity Glass and Restoration focused on the installation of custom windows for historical projects. This certified woman-owned business has an impressive portfolio of high-profile jobs including the Albright Knox Gallery, Darwin D. Martin House, the Erie County Botanical Gardens, and the Michigan Street Baptist Church. Since Phase 1 of the Buffalo Schools project, Infinity Glass and Restoration provided windows for several schools. For example, at School 67, the firm installed custom insulated sashes into restored wood window frames, an interior light shelf, and an exterior sunshade system, the only system of its kind in the school district.
So we really have been faced with a lot of challenges, as I think any entrepreneur is, really at any stage of their business. In particular, I think for a new startup business, cash flow is always an issue. And so for us, when we started with a box of business cards and a used filing cabinet and a telephone in the foyer of my house. So we had to be extremely creative in pulling together financing in order to get things rolling, get the business off the ground. The construction industry in particular has its own unique challenges in that you do large projects that go on for long periods of time. Sometimes you have 3 of them, they're all overlapping together, and you're scrambling to be able to figure out how to get your work done. And other times, it's really a feast or famine kind of an industry. Which one of my historical projects are the most memorable? I would have to say that actually there's 2. The first one was the reconstruction of the main dome at the Botanical Gardens, which was for us, when we were awarded that contract, it was bigger, more complex, more high profile than anything that we had done to date. Technically, it was extremely demanding. At certain points, well, for most of the project, we had the entire inside of the main dome entirely filled with scaffold so that you could access any point in the dome at any time. We had 3,300 pieces of curved, the glass was trapezoidal in shape, and each one was curved, and we had 3 or 4 different radii that the glass was curved on. And so we had to figure out how to pattern and measure for every single one of those pieces of glass. The other one I would have to say would be the Darwin Martin House. We did all of the doors and windows and trim work for the reconstruction of the lost houses. So it's the pergola, the carriage house, and the conservatory at the Darwin Martin House. And it was again, it was technically extremely challenging. All of Frank Lloyd Wright's designs look really simple, but when you start taking them apart, there's a lot of pieces that go together to create it. And almost all of the wood there is reclaimed cypress. So these are huge cypress logs that sank to the bottom of the river, and the guys go down, and river divers, they go down and they dive into the river and they pull up these logs. And so we were working with a really unique kind of material, and I think the end result was really, I felt it was really pretty spectacular for us.
The demands for tailor-made items, along with the attention to historic details, led to the startup of Ms. Paigen's second company. Incorporated in 2004, Infinity Architectural Systems manufactures historic wood windows, doors, and glazing systems. But success did not come easy. Although the Buffalo Public Schools project helped fuel the manufacturing company, the shifting of resources presented challenges. Ms. Paigen quickly realized the need to educate customers on the benefits of investing now for the future when it comes to maintaining the existing built environment. Given her success for working on high-visible projects, the company has now set its sights on jobs outside of Western New York. In addition, Ms. Paigen has a renewed focus on sharpening her business expertise and helping others to do the same. As a graduate of the University of Buffalo Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership, Ms. Paigen has returned to the program to mentor developing businesses.
If I had to say anything to someone looking to venture into the world of entrepreneurship, I think I would say learn your craft. And your craft is the craft of owning a business and being an entrepreneur. There are more similarities between businesses than there are differences. Granted, every industry has its own unique challenges. Construction has, we've talked about some that you find in the construction industry. But the basic concepts of business, sales and marketing and public relations, sales and marketing and personnel and strategic planning, those kinds of things, your financial controls, those are the same basic concepts for all businesses. The UB Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership has a phenomenal series of programs. The Canisius Women's Business Center, the Small Business Development Center at Buff State, SCORE, which is all retired business owners, all these people have a tremendous amount of knowledge and experience, and they're out there, and most people love to share what they know. And they're there and they're available, so take advantage of them, find people who can help you, find people who can mentor you, and I think that that's a definite key to success.
LPCiminelli congratulates